What's up, guys? We have Steve here from Locals, from the famous Pendulum Magician deck profile that's now...
Glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, you guys keep requesting combo videos, so we're here with a few combos that Steve loves to do with this deck, so let's get into it.
Alright, so basically the deck is pretty straightforward with what you're trying to do to turn one, so I'll explain that to you. But what I have here is just kind of a genuine layout of what you would need in certain combinations that you can sculpt your hand. So the one card you always want to open is Joker. There's really nothing that you can substitute this for. This is your Stratos, so if you open Joker, you open Duelist Alliance, Monkey Board, or Sorcerer to get to the Sorcerer. So these are two other options to get to this, but you need this, and then you just need any Magician scale. So we're just going to do the cool thing here and just get Wisdom Eye. So we'll start the turn. So this is our hand, and then we'll just have like two blanks. We'll just say like two curtain raisers or hand, but we're not gonna well, we'll use them. We'll show you what the combo with the extension. Screw it. I mean, like I said, it's not like a one card combo deck or anything like that. Everything is pretty much 2 and 3 card combos, but the idea of the deck is to sculpt your hand to the way you want it. So here what you want to do is you want to normal summon Joker. Joker is going to get you a search for any Odd Eyes Magician or Performer Pal. So the main thing you're trying to do is you're trying to Pendulum summon Harmonizing Magician and Performer Pal Pendulum Sorcerer. That is your main goal. So obviously you're missing Harmonizing here. So this is going to be your search off of Joker. So we're looking, oh, I'm sorry, you had to Curtain Raiser first. Curtain Raiser because you had no monster. So Curtain Raiser, then normal summon the Joker. Joker gets you into Harmonizing Magician. So here you're kind of in a predicament. Your scales are kind of messed up, so what you're going to want to do is Link Summon again. And obviously this is implying that your opponent has no hand traps. I mean, that's the dream. Everyone loves playing like that, so we're just going to play as if they got nothing. So then you're going to Link Summon into Beyond. When Beyond is Link Summon, you can pay 1,200 life points, and then you can add a Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. So what you're going to do here is you are going to add Perform a Pal Monkey Board, there he is, to your hand. So now your scales are negated and you can't activate monster effects until you Pendulum Summon. But that actually helps you because you activate Monkey Board in the scale. It would be a scale 4 unless you had a Perform Pal in your other zone, so it's actually helping you right now. So it's still the scale 1, Wisdom Eye in the other scale. So we can Pendulum Summon from 2 to 4. So we're going to Pendulum Summon Harmonizing under Beyond, Zones Matter, and then the Sorcerer all the way to the left side. And then we're going to Pendulum Summon just the 2 monsters that we use for Beyond, just because we can. So here, very important to chain block the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer is the more important one because that refills your hand. So what we're going to do here, now that we've Pendulum Summoned, we can use monster effects. So we're going to do Harmonizing Chainlink 2 to summon a Magician from deck, and Perform Pal Pendulum Sorcerer Chainlink 1. And we are going to target both of our scales to pop them and add the same amount of Performer Pals from deck to hand. Unfortunately, we won't get the Monkey Board search here, but this is kind of weird because the other 2 cards in my hand really were just like kind of showing it, but that doesn't matter. Advantage-wise, the Monkey Board effect doesn't matter. We'll get it later or something. So yeah, get that. We'll summon the Harmonizing from deck.
Do you always search the same scales off of the Sork?
Yeah, with the source, I'll show you what to summon. So here, we're going to get the Wisdom Eye Magician, very important. You could also get the 6 and make a Barone, but there's a certain line here that I just added into the deck that is insane. So then we pop 2, we'll add 2 Performer Pals. So we're going to add Celeste Magician, and we are going to add Performer Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver to hand. Very good card, I'll explain this soon. So here we got 3 cards in hand. 6 monsters on the field. So what we're going to do now is open up another line of combos. This gets banished when it leaves the field, and then we're going to Synchro Summon a level 8. And I just recently started playing the deck like this, but it's very advantageous, so I would recommend playing it. So Synchro 8 into Ignister lets you summon a Draco Slayer from deck. This unlocks the Draco Slayer engine. So what we're going to do here is we are going to special summon Ignis Phoenix directly from the deck in defense mode. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to use Ignister Prominence's effect, and then we are going to target Ignis, pop this, and then we're going to shuffle back the Ignister Prominence into our extra deck. On resolution, Ignis effect, I could summon from my deck a Draco Slayer and make it a tuner monster.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yep, so summon the Pegasus. Pegasus is a tuner. On summon, I can add a field spell from deck to hand and then discard a card. So I will use that effect. This allows me to add Secret Village of the Spellcasters to my hand, and very important here that you discard Odd Eyes Dissolver specifically. You will be getting it back later. So this card will be sent to the graveyard off of Majesty's discard.
Okay.
So here, again, as I said, Majesty Pegasus is a tuner monster, so we're going to synchro summon our Abyss Actor and that, and we're going to remake the Ignister that we had before.
Oh, hello.
And it is not a hard once per turn, so we will summon another Draco Slayer
That's
directly from our
crazy.
deck. So we're gonna get the Dynamite here. Dynamite's also really good.
What does he do in this part?
If it's tributed, you can add one of your Draco Slayers from your face-up extra deck to your hand, which again is really good.
Okay.
So here, what you want to do is Exceed Summon. This is again is giving you just so much advantage. So we'll Exceed Summon all the way over here. Try not to block Pendulum.
Oh my gosh, more pluses. Yes.
On summon, we'll get one search during the end phase because it was Exceed Summon. Next, we'll use its ability. We'll detach, and then special summon one of... Very important you don't block off the zone because you have to special summon here. So we'll special summon the Pegasus from the extra deck with this guy's effect. Next, you tribute these two monsters. Contact Fusion. And this allows you to make Dynaster Power.
Very good.
And since Dynamite was tributed to summon that, you can add one of these back to your hand. So you can pretty much add whatever you want, but I like to add the Majesty Pegasus because it's the Stratos of the archetype, so you can draw into another one, you can get another search. So here, I think what we're going to do, and again, we have to make sure that we keep spellcaster type monsters on our field. Now the next step in the process is getting Selene to have 3 spell counters. So now you're going to activate your field spell, the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. You control, you control a Beyond, and again, you have to make sure that you have it. So activate another scale, and then you just activate, again, you can activate the Draco Slayer that you got right there. And then here, going to link summon into Selene. Very important that you had your scales already set up because there's a point here where you won't control a spellcaster for a second there. So we'll go Selene. That's 3 spells. So we'll remove all 3 of the spell counters, and this lets you special summon the Dissolver that's in your graveyard. Now Dissolver's effect lets you fusion summon with your scales. So here, fusion summon with your scales, and then you can make Vortex Dragon in defense. That's an Omni Negate.
Wow. This field gets more disgusting.
And then
I mean, if you want to switch your chair. What's that?
I think here we basically just go link summon again. Then you just make the IP. So this doesn't seem like very much. So we'll go ahead and get the end phase search here off the Magister Pegasus. So there we're going to get the Astrograph. So basically here it doesn't seem like very much. But so what we ended with is a spellcaster to make Secret Village live. So they cannot use spell cards. So they cannot Dark Ruler you, they can't Impermanence you, or they can't Droplet you, stuff like that. Then you have an Omni Negate for their one monster effect or something. Then you also have the IP to make Avermax or Apollousa. So you can choose here, but you have to be careful because obviously you're gonna have to link away your spellcaster, but you have Astrograph, so when they destroy something, you'll put a spellcaster on the field.
Oh.
So whatever you value more, you could make the Apollousa with this for 2 more negates, so that's 3 negates and no spells. Or you can make the Avermax, and then it's just a big tank monster that when they kill it, and then when you come around next turn, you just go ham.
Shit.
I mean, again, it was, this deck is, the problem with Pendulum, it's not even a problem, it's kind of hard to say what hands do what, because the 4th and 5th cards could be the difference between something else,
Just fully extending.
Just fully extending, basically. So that was kind of like the Draco Slayers. Notice here that I had no spells, Omni Negate, and then an interruption here, so that was pretty good. Then I had Astro on hand. Now let me just explain what the magicians do. I'm gonna do this entire combo again, but I'm not gonna do the Draco Slayer cards. I'm gonna show you guys if you want to just play pure Pendulum Magicians, very similar to the build that you watched. Go check it out if you haven't. It's very control-y, so we're just gonna show you again. It's a much simpler, pretty much the same play line. But instead of going into the Draco Slayer plays and getting a little greedy to search for the field spell, we are going to establish setting up the trap with a double send and an insane amount of hand advantage and follow up. And then that, you know, again, you guys can just go from there.
Sick.
So with this, obviously Joker is kind of the star of the show. So we're going to say 2-card combo. We're going to say Harmonizing Magician and Joker. And for the sake of it, we're going to say we already opened scales. So we got a scale 2. And we got the Double Iris Magician, because those are both easy to open because they're not at more than, this is at 2, so you could open Purple Poison, but this is at 3, so very good to open. So this is our hand, and then we'll just do like a mystery card, just like a Wavering Eyes, but we won't use it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is strictly going to be a Magician combo. So what we're going to do here is normal summon the Joker. Joker's effect, we're going to grab the Sorcerer off this, because it's very crucial in this deck to destroy your cards, because they all get benefits from doing that. So we're not going to go into Beyond here. We're just going to say you didn't open any extenders. You got Oath Dragon Magician, and then you put the Double Iris Magician in here. Very basic combo. And again, you Pendulum Summon 2 from hand. So what we're going to do is, again, Chain Link 1, targeting these 2 cards. Chain Link 2, summon from deck. So we are going to summon from deck. And then we are going to get Wisdom Eye. Really doesn't matter here, but I always like to get the Wisdom Eyes because you play most of them, and the other cards, you don't want to get them out of the deck and have no targets for that. And then we'll pop these 2 cards, and then we'll add 2 different Performal Pals from our deck to my hand. So you get Dissolver here, and then here we're going to get Monkey Board as well.
I was going to say, yeah.
And then on Resolution, since we destroyed Double Iris Magician with a card effect, it lets us search for a Pendulum Grab.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh yeah, so as much plussing as you could possibly get. So here's the Trap. Again, the Trap is one of the best cards in the deck. You always want to try and set it up as much as possible. So, as you can see here, as the previous combo, we already have pretty much the same field advantage with more cards in our hand. So what we're going to do now is we're going to Exceed Summon 2 level 4 Magician monsters. And again, what we're trying to do here is not put up a million negates, not any of that. We are trying to make sure that we stop our opponent enough and preserve some field presence. So we'll use the effect of Time Star. It can add a Dark Spellcaster from deck to hand. So we're going to do that.
Wait, it's just a Dark Spellcaster?
Yep, any Dark Spellcaster from face up extra deck, graveyard, or hand. So it's really, really generic. You got to love it. So a lot of the Pendulum cards are pretty generic in what they do. They all kind of synergize with each other. So here we're going to get Astrograph Sorcerer. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to activate the Monkey Board and the Scale. We're going to get a search with the Monkey Board and the Scale.
Sounds good.
See here, we're out of Magicians. So this is very, very important. Don't screw yourself, because if you don't search a Magician here, your trap is also dead too. So here, we're going to perform Pale Celestial Magician. So very important that you get that. Now we're just going to do one of these. And then we are just going to make Magister Paladin in defense mode. Effect on summon, we could search during the end phase for any Pendulum monster.
I can discard a card to draw.
Next, you're going to activate your Celeste Magician in the Scale. And then you're going to set the trap card. And then that is basically, and then we'll get the end phase search. So what we're looking at here, again, is not very much. But you have to think in the grand scheme of things of how much you're going to be interacting with your opponent on their turn.
Yep.
So we obviously have the trap card. I could target this, and one card my opponent controls and pop them, but since we control Time Star, he can Foolish Burial instead of destroying my card. So this is a send 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so again, that's a really
crazy
interruption, but if you're smart and you know what you're playing against, the send 2 can be so crucial that it stops them from OTKing you. They might wipe your field, but you have Astrograph for when they destroy something.
Yep.
And then you have Dissolver, Joker, so you have a lot of options for your follow-up play. You know, I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's not better than the Draco Slayer combo, because the Draco Slayer combo really stops them from putting that Imperial Order on the field, basically. But again, this is just what you can do with the basic cards, and I wish I can give you guys, you know, a better combo. Maybe I kind of messed up a few parts here or there, but again, it's really hard to kind of think about what you would do with 2 or 3 cards in a deck that you need all 5 cards to play. But again, I hope you guys can use this as a tool to make your own combos and adjust it the way you see fit. Again, there's definitely a bunch of stuff that I missed. If you guys have any questions about certain interactions that I may have messed up on, or that you may have questions about, let MetaGamesGX know in the comments. Comment on their video, and then
Please do.
And then he will let me know. But again, if you guys want to see more, or if you want to see the updated build after Philly, then let us know. Like, subscribe, comment, and
Please do.
Glad you guys watch, and
Yeah, thanks so much, Steve. Your build's incredible.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, everyone.